In this video, we're going to do top quotes from Jim Rogers. Stay tuned. Hey traders, a very warm welcome to you. Okay, so top quotes from the famous investor Jim Rogers. I've got my laptop here with me because even though I've summarized 5 of them here, there are a lot that have a lot of similarities between the two. So let's go through and let's talk about them. Let's see what we can learn and a little nugget we can take away to help our own trading and investing. All right, number 1, if everyone thinks one way, it's usually wrong. Do you know, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Not always, because the crowd can be right for a long time. And yes, they may be wrong ultimately, but you know, he's basically saying, listen, if everyone's thinking in one direction, at some point when it turns, man, that turn's going to be big. So, you know, I think he's probably saying, listen, ride the wave while it's there, but the big money isn't necessarily made there, and being careful about being wrong. We've seen lots of evidence of that with different types of markets, different types of new things that have come out. So just being cautious that if everyone's thinking it's the next best thing, then be very careful because it might well not be. All right, number 2, do nothing. This was a theme that he mentioned so many times, and I've picked a few of them out. What does he say here? Listen, one of the best rules anybody can learn about investing is to do nothing. Absolutely nothing unless there's something to do. I just wait until there is money lying in the corner and all I have to go over there and pick it up. I wait for a situation that's like shooting fish in a barrel. You know, that's a really good point. And other traders have said that, other investors have said that. Don't get involved when you don't need to. Just do nothing. Sit on your hands. Even Jesse Livermore said, hey, the most money I've made is by sitting on my hands doing nothing. And we would do well to learn that for an active trader as well. We can take that on board and really slim down, you know, the amount of trades that we're doing. There was something else that he said here. Most successful investors, in fact, do nothing most of the time. And there was another phrase where he said, hey, some people think they're great because they've tripled their money, and then they immediately go out there thinking they need to do something else with their money, and they invest in something that's poor because it's not that great an idea, and they lose it. You know, that's the key thing. So doing nothing. Number 3, don't diversify. So his comment here is, listen, stockbrokers and financial advisors and what have you have come up with diversification to protect their own backs. Now, what was his comment on this? Here we go. Diversification is something that stockbrokers come up with to protect themselves so they wouldn't get sued for making bad investment choices. Henry Ford didn't diversify. Bill Gates didn't diversify. The way to get rich is to put all your eggs in one basket and watch that basket very carefully and make sure you have the right basket. So true. Don't diversify if you want to make good wealth. If you want to get significantly rich, it makes no sense into having a little bit in all sorts of pies. Of course, that's if you've got a different goal and different kind of risk tolerance, then fine. You know, you diversify across a selection of different stocks, sectors, asset classes. You want to protect your wealth a little bit. You want to make sure that things, you know, can't damage you too much. Fine, that's one strategy. But if you want to get rich and get seriously wealthy, like some of these guys, you know, billion plus level, it's don't diversify. Just go all in on something and watch that thing and make sure you get out of it if it starts looking unpleasant. And number 4, never wish, always check facts. So he's saying here, hey, if you're going in and you're just wishing and you're hoping that it's going to work for you, you're not going to make any money. Always check the facts. So no matter how good somebody says something is, or investment is or isn't, check it for yourself. You know, do the legwork yourself. Say, thank you for presenting the idea to me. Go away, run through that checklist that you have yourself before investing in any idea, any stock, any service, whatever it may be. Good one, that. Okay, number 5, follow what everyone else is doing rarely makes you rich. Pretty similar to number 1, and he's kind of right, isn't he? Because, you know, when everyone else is doing something, it becomes a crowded trade. And yes, you know, if everyone's buying something, you do get, you know, the crowd runs in a long way, and it goes and goes and goes. But when everyone's on board, the gains become far less. You know, the incremental gains become far less. What he's saying here is, you know, when you start going against the crowd at the right time, that's what can make you rich, in his words. You know, rather than just going with the crowd and with what everyone's going on. You think about The Big Short. That was a thing that just springs to mind there. It's going against the crowd. Yes, Painful for a bit for those guys, but they got rich from it because they were at the right place at the right time, just about. And when it all crashed down, that's what getting them significant wealth. Of course, so a lot of people made significant wealth with the rise up, but you know, when everyone's in it, the guys who made the most money were the ones at the beginning of that bull run, and the guys who made the most money were the ones at the end of the bull run. The ones in the middle, sure, they made some money, but we're talking about getting rich is going against the crowd and not following what everyone is doing. Anyway, if you've got any more quotes that you know about Jim Rogers, stick them in the comments section below. Always interested to hear what good traders and investors have to say and see if there's a few nuggets, one or two things we can take away to improve our own trading and investing. All right, guys, take care. Thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.